Today we're going to work on multiplying binomials using Punnit squares and by the FOIL method. The first method we're going to use is the Punnit square method. So I've come up with a couple binomials here. Again, they're called binomials because they have two terms, bi meaning two, like a bicycle has two wheels. All right, first thing we need to do when multiplying using Punnit square is set up a Punnit square. Okay, in this case, since we have 2 by 2, we need to make a 2 by 2 Punnit square. When I say 2 by 2, I mean 2 terms in the first binomial, 2 terms in the second binomial. All right, then we're going to write one of the binomials along the top. I'm going to choose the 3x plus 2. And then we're going to write the other binomial along the left side. So we have 4x minus 1. Okay, the way that we multiply these is we would look at the box that we want to be in. So if I'm looking at this top left box, the two numbers that I'm going to be multiplying together would be the 3x and the 4x, which would give me 3 times 4 is 12, x times x is x squared. And then I would move to the next box. The next box that I'm going to work on is the top right. So this time, I'm going to multiply the 4x times the 2. 2 times 4 gives me 8, and there's only 1x, so I bring it down. All right, and then the bottom left, I'm going to multiply the negative 1 times the 3x. That's going to give me negative 3x. And in the bottom right, I multiply the negative 1 times the 2. That gives me negative 2. All right, to get my final answer, I can see that I have some like terms here. If I look at the 8x and the negative 3x, both of those have just an x, not an x squared, but just an x. So they're like terms. So when I go to write my answer, I'm going to start with the one with the biggest exponent first. So that is the 12x squared. All right. The next term I would have would be x's. I have an 8x and a minus 3x. So 8 minus 3 gives me 5, so I have 5 x's. And then I have the one constant in the bottom right, so I write that down. There is my answer using a Punnit square. Okay, using the same thing, I'm going to now FOIL these. All right, so to FOIL these, all I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite them. So let me do that below where we're at. So I have 3x plus 2, 4x minus 1. And if you remember, the letters in FOIL stand for first, outside, inside, last. So the first numbers that I have, or first terms that I have, would be 3x and 4x. If I multiply those together, I get 12x squared. And then I would look at my outsides. My outsides are the 3x and the negative 1. Make sure you realize that's negative 1. That would give me negative 3x. Then I would have my insides, which would be my 2 and my 4x, which is 8x. And then I have my lasts. And my last would be my 2 and my negative 1, which gives me negative 2. Now, if you notice, those are the same exact numbers that are in the Punnit square. Not in the same exact order, but very close. The only like terms you have are these two terms here. So you would take and put those like terms together, and you would get this same exact answer. 12x squared plus 5x minus 2. And that's it for multiplying by Punnit squares and multiplying by FOIL.